I'm Dr. Leonard Abbeduto. I'm a professor in the Department of Educational Psychology here at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I'm also the Associate Director for Behavioral Sciences at the Waisman Center and the Director of the University Center for Excellence on Developmental Disabilities, also at the Waisman Center. My degree is in developmental psychology from the University of Illinois at Chicago, and I've been studying children's language difficulties for about 25 years now. And that's what really got me interested in Fragile X syndrome, because so many children have really serious language difficulties, and those difficulties unfortunately impact their ability to function independently and to have positive social outcomes. I started studying Fragile X syndrome in the late 90s, and it was kind of a natural transition from previous work that we had done on Down syndrome, and we were really interested in the ways in which language and other difficulties differed for children that had different causes of their challenges. And so we shifted from looking at Down syndrome to looking at children with Fragile X syndrome. The research that we're doing right now really has two goals. The first goal is to understand the nature and causes of language and communication challenges in individuals that are affected by Fragile X syndrome. And then the second goal is to provide information that can be used to develop effective treatments of language difficulties and improve functional outcomes. And we do really three kinds of studies in order to reach those goals. The first type of study is really a study in which we engage individuals in particular types of language activity so that we can probe deeply the nature of their language and communication challenges. The second type of studies really focus at some of the factors that affect their language challenges, and so we look at things like their characteristics and abilities in other domains. So for example, we ask questions about the extent to which having a co-occurring diagnosis of autism impacts language development and language challenges in those with Fragile X syndrome. We also look at environmental factors, the ways in which families can support optimal language growth in their children. And we also look at genetic factors. Not everyone that has Fragile X syndrome has the same mutation. They also have other genes that impact language, and so we study that as well. And then the third type of study that we engage in order to address our two goals is we make comparisons between language challenges in individuals with Fragile X syndrome and individuals that have other kinds of conditions like autism or Down syndrome. And the idea there is to really learn about the ways in which language challenges are unique to individuals with Fragile X syndrome, and that helps us decide the extent to which we need new interventions for Fragile X syndrome, or whether we can borrow strategies that have been proven effective with other conditions. Our research program involves collaborations with people at a number of other universities as well. We have right now a project in which we're looking at the development of language in children that have both Fragile X and autism, and one of our colleagues that's involved in that is Dr. Randi Hagerman at the Mine Institute at the University of California, Davis, as well as several other people at the University of California, Davis. We have another collaboration with Dr. Ted Brown at the New York State Institute for Basic Research on Developmental Disabilities. And Dr. Brown is a geneticist that helps us understand genetic contributions and genetic variation in the way in which that impacts language development in individuals with Fragile X syndrome.